Right then. Hello, everyone. I'm surprised
Hello.
there is anyone here actually because we just decided about half an hour ago. We thought, we're not going out till about 11:30. So let's do a bit of an impromptu live. In fact, apologies for my hair because I literally just jumped out the shower. So we're not expecting many people to be here during the live because we literally just told about it on Facebook, etc. But already we can see there's lots of people in the comments. So thank you guys. A lot of our patrons and members are here. So thank you so much for supporting us on just such a what's it called? A bit of a
Impromptu
live.
They're all mad. They should have better things to do on a Sunday. Have you had, right, the first question I got for you? You ask us a question. I'm asking you a question now. Have you had your Sunday dinner? And if you have, what did you have?
Oh, Sunday dinner.
Make us all salivate, because where we're staying is a nice hotel, not the best, not the worst, but there is no facilities whatsoever for eating or drinking.
No.
I Googled about half an hour ago. So God, I could murder somebody for a cup of coffee. Nearest place is 0.4 of a mile away. I thought, I'm not doing a half an hour, 3/4 an hour walk to go and get a coffee.
We're actually on 44th Street and 6th. At the Royalton Hotel in New York, and it's actually working out well from a location point of view. The room's very comfortable.
Unless you want a coffee.
Well, there is one down because we're not far from Times Square, so I don't know why 0.4 of a mile you're thinking, and the blocks are big. But anyway, we're here. We got off the Island Princess, as you know. We were on there for 10 days. The itinerary didn't go as planned, but we had a fantastic time with the cruising Canucks. We've literally just waved them off. They've gone off to the airport. Just Jerry and Jill. We just laughed so much, haven't we? And had just such
fabulous
brilliant
time.
company. So make sure you're following those guys too, the cruising Canucks, because they are brilliant. And we are here in New York. We've been here for a couple of days, and we've got 2 days left. And we thought, let's just go live and let's just see. Let's see if it's on Facebook.
Well,
actually,
we've had a thingy on Facebook.
Oh, cool! So that's
keep talking.
Anyway,
you keep talking, and I'll look on Facebook.
So anyway, so that's why we're here. But thank you so much. There's already 100 people here. I can't believe that, because we thought we were going to be Billy No Mates. But anyway, let's start going through some of the comments, and please ask us any questions about our cruise, about New York, about anything, and we will get to it. So Corinne's here saying, good afternoon also. Thank you so much. She's splitting her concentration between PNC and the women's cricket final. Well, thank you very much for splitting us. So that's cool. And in Cara, question: what's your favourite thing to do in Bermuda?
So I've just had a message from the Canucks to say they're safely at the airport.
Fab, excellent.
Favourite thing to do in Bermuda? We did. I started doing a story, and I apologise in advance because I got halfway through it, and then something happened, and I went off on a tangent. Then I came back to the story, and then I went on a tangent again, and then I forgot. But when we had the full day, and so we got there and we had an evening, and then the next day we had the full day and overnight, and the next day we had half a day. So on the day that we knew we had the whole day, we set off like intrepid explorers, and just it'd be interesting to see what you think this would have cost if it was an excursion. But we got off the ship, we got tokens, because it wasn't tickets, it was tokens for the ferry, like a little silver token. When you go on, you put in a little box. So we got a ferry from the ship, what was it called? King's Wharf Shipyard to Hamilton, which took about 30 minutes. Then we explored Hamilton, did a bit of shopping, had a coffee, etc. Had a nice walk around, took some photos. And then we got the bus from Hamilton to Horseshoe Bay, which is a beautiful beach, which is now like very, very popular. And you speak to the tourists, you speak to the locals, nobody goes there because it's too busy.
But I wanted to go back because it was one of my regular haunts and it has changed a lot. There's lots of beds and sunbeds and umbrellas, because it used to just be this bare sand when I was there like 30 odd years ago. But it was lovely to see, and the water was just amazing.
But obviously times have moved on.
And Paul nearly left his phone on the bus.
I did,
and he only told me about 2 days after.
Well, whatever, but I didn't know, did I? I nearly, but I didn't. Anyway, so then we spent some time at Horseshoe Bay after getting the local bus there. And then we got a minibus, which there was a fleet of minibuses waiting at Horseshoe Bay to take you back to the ship. You know, just intrepid people who were thinking, well, I'll go there because that's a ship. You know,
is that your new word?
Well, yeah, just people who think outside the box. I'll go and earn some money. And so we got the minibus then from there back to the ship, which was about another half an hour. So in all that time, how much did we spend?
Well, if they've read our Facebook post, they'll know.
It was less than $15
Yeah.
a person for all of that.
Yeah.
So how much is the cruise ships making?
I know.
That would have been
Ah,
$150 or $200 to do that
I would have
on a
thought
cruise
so.
ship to take. To
But it
those
was a
places.
great day out. Absolutely fun. Bermuda is beautiful. I think one of our new favourite places now, isn't it, Paulie?
Yeah,
It was expensive to get food, drink, but actually the transport around the island, if you've got time, is self-explore because it's very easy. And Bermudian people are just the most nicest, friendliest people. They're not allowed to harass you. It's against the law for them to ask for tips or for anything like that. Or, you know, like when you're in the Caribbean, you get off the cruise ships and there's always someone trying to sell you stuff. We chat to my favorite part. I thoroughly enjoyed that day, but I just loved, we went on a catamaran, didn't we, in Bermuda? Yeah. And on the morning before we go away, and that was a cruise ship excursion because we had onboard credit for our disruption in our itinerary. So we booked it and we had this fantastic catamaran trip to it was called Deep Bay. And we just swam in the waters of around Bermuda it's just beautiful, wouldn't it, Paulie? And the guy, John, the captain there, was just telling us, you know, because we said we'd like to give you a tip because we've had such a good day. And he said, thanks very much, we'll accept it, but we're not allowed to ask for tips. They just say at the end of an excursion, the best thing you could do for us is just to spread the word about going on these trips. They can't ask. And that was so refreshing to go to a warm sort of Caribbean type island and not be badgered. So Bermuda was just a real hit with us, totally. And great question. Thanks, Sandy and Carla.
What was the biggest surprise, I think? And, you know, I don't want to cast aspersions on other places, but I'm going to. When you get somebody coming up to you trying to like, oh, well, where are you going then? What are you doing? You're thinking like, what's it got to do with you, nosy?
Or they always feel like you're being scammed, don't you? You get really quite nervous.
They genuinely want to help you. I've never encountered in one day so many helpful people.
Like and on the bus, wasn't it? The lovely people on the bus, because we didn't know when to get off of the drive. The only person was a grumpy driver, wasn't it? The driver of the bus didn't seem very helpful, but the people on the bus, because they could see we were just four of us looking confused, like when do we know when to get off? Anyway, they was just so lovely. But yeah, so Bermuda was a big hit. So let's have a look at what other questions we've got. And in Carl, we've got the Formula One on the background as well. So
sorry to hear that.
Kevin B said, is it true there are no books in the New York Public Library? Yes, it's true. Kevin B is, we had such a great day. The first day we got here, is it on Facebook? That's awesome. We got off the Island Princess. It was very, very civilized disembarkation. We got a taxi. You're looking from when you're out in Brooklyn Terminal, you're looking at getting a taxi back into Manhattan. You're looking at around about $85 to $90 plus your tip. So about $100, which was cheaper than Uber. So it's always worth checking the yellow cabs first, and they'll agree a flat rate. And they normally agree a flat rate. It was $85 plus we had to pay toll, wasn't it? So it was $92 plus we gave a tip. So it was just over $100 that we paid. And then we met up with Kevin in Grand Central Station. We're going to go. I'm way behind on my Facebook post, but we're literally just getting off. But I wanted to continue telling the story of our trip, so you'll understand that.
I'm still in Bermuda.
We're just getting off. But anyway, in reality,
we'll get there eventually.
We will. In reality, we've been in New York for a couple of days and met the lovely Kevin B, one of our patrons, and had such a special day. We met in Grand Central Station, and I've always wanted to do a time lapse of we're big Law and Order fans, so we wanted at the start of that TV series there's always that time lapse in Grand Central Station. I wanted to do one of my own, and I did, and I'm really pleased with that. But we had a great day and went to the public library.
She didn't talk to me and Kevin, just didn't there, just doing her time lapse.
I don't took about 3 minutes. Anyway, I said to Kevin, we've always obviously recognize the New York Public Library because it's the one that's used in Ghostbusters and a few other films, isn't it?
There's loads. The two that me and Kevin were talking about was Ghostbusters and also The Day After Tomorrow, which is about the sort of apocalyptic thing where this ice cap starts to cover the earth.
Yeah, I remember
and in the one scene outside the public library, this ship comes sliding down the street where there's been tidal waves and then it's frozen, and it was like, so yeah, it was it was just like being on a movie set.
Yeah. So we thought, we've never been inside a public library. Well, we have been inside a public library, not New York. But we were so impressed with the one in Melbourne. I said, let's go in and see. I bet, gosh, if we're impressed with Melbourne, we're going to walk into the New York Public Library and be like, wow, this is awesome. And you know what? It was really quite disappointing, wasn't it, Paul?
Couldn't find a book.
We couldn't find a book. So Kevin's right, there's no books. There's lots of exhibitions of books, but there's no traditional place that we could walk in that had the books, because the areas were all being used for research and stuff, weren't they? So anyway, it was lovely catching up with Kevin, and we're catching up tomorrow. We're heading out to Long Island tomorrow, so we're really excited about that.
Where are we going, Ellie, tomorrow?
We're going to Jones Beach. Yes. So looking forward to that. Anna Mike said, did I find a Bermuda Christmas bauble? No, I looked, didn't I, in Bermuda? I couldn't find any. There wasn't that many. There's not a huge amount of souvenir shops there. And I couldn't see.
But there is a Marks and Spencer's.
There is a Marks and Spencer's. Yeah, there is. Corinne saying, was it strange effectively only having one port of call? It was weird, Corinne. I think we were disappointed, obviously, for those that didn't see our previous live. Hurricane Erin scuppered our plans on the Island Princess. We were due to go to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk. And Hurricane Erin, we knew booking a cruise at this time of the year was going to be a risk. Anyway, it was fine because we actually spent more days in New York, which was brilliant, because we see more of New York. And then we had an extra day in Bermuda, and we're so glad we did that. So pros and cons, and the remuneration that we've got for missing those ports from Princess. Remuneration.
Where
That's
did
a
you
new
find
word,
that
isn't
from?
it? I don't know. Was excellent because we got 50% of our base cruise fare back, which worked out about, was it £849 a person?
We got as near as
850 quid.
850 a person.
Of the base rate, so not including your Princess Plus, etc.
So towards a future cruise that has to be booked by a certain date. I can't remember the exact date. Or if you've already booked something, but you haven't paid the balance. So obviously we've got our
group cruise on Majestic Princess. That's a no-brainer.
Which we can put that against. They also gave us $250 per person on board credit. Now I know you could look at that and you could be a bit sort of, well, yeah, but you got to give them back. But it just meant we paid for our excursions. We did a bit of specialty dining. What else we did?
We converted some money in the casino and then blew it all.
Yeah. but yeah, so all in all, if you added all that together, we got over £1,000 a person back. And I know there was a lot of moaning and griping. But there was no moaning and griping openly, because there's a Facebook group for the cruise we've just come off. There's usually a Facebook group for most cruises. And we joined it just to see what was going on. And all the people that were moaning, they weren't called Bob Harris or John Smith or whatever. They were all anonymous member.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't put their name.
Not brave enough to put their name
Not brave enough to put their name or their picture on there. And then all they did was bellyache. And it's like, well, it was really mean what they did. Because I must admit, there was an element, because we got on and they were like gearing up to this sail away party. But having worked in the motor trade for a long time, wording is key.
Yeah. And
at no point did anybody in an official capacity call it a sail away party. They kept calling it a welcome aboard party, because the sail away never came for another 3 days.
Yeah.
So there was people all moaning and griping, but I think in the grand scheme of things, they made the best of a very, very bad job.
Yeah. I think for us, because we're regular cruises, it suited us. I can imagine if someone that was their one cruise they had booked for that year and was so looking forward to the Caribbean and never been, I can totally understand that some people were so disappointed and gutted. And regardless of that remuneration, that still would have taken a lot of their joy out of the trip. So I can get that.
So we are in a
we've been to the Caribbean before. We've been to 2 of those islands before. So we weren't too but for those and for particularly those from New York as well, because they're like, well, we're in our home city or we're in somewhere, and we found out that because we thought lots of people are going to get off. We thought everyone, please, loads of people get off, so we got all the ship to ourselves. Not that it felt very busy most of the time. However, we found out later that only 100 people actually got off. and took the total. They got future cruise credit. Did they get the whole?
I think it was a bit vague. I
Yeah.
think the general consensus seemed to be that they was going to get a refund plus 50% future cruise credit. Now, we haven't had that confirmed,
No.
but that's just what we heard.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see who else I say. So Adrian's here, so Barnsley tight, so thank you so much. Sean's just logged on, about to leave for work. Oh, another day in paradise.
It's confusing for me because I want to say good morning because it's morning here, but it's
afternoon. It is. It's only quarter past. What time is it here? Quarter past 10.
Quarter past 10.
And Emma and Scott are here. Hi, all. Just on our way home from Lincoln after a fabulous weekend with our group. We met on the group cruise. Yeah, Adam and Lola, David and Claire, and Donna and Scott. All the girls watching the car whilst the men are doing all the driving. Do you know, that warms our heart when we saw your posts on Facebook and you tagged us in your stories that you were all getting together and you met on a group cruise. Still makes me go all goosey now. It's just brilliant.
It's like
and
a PNC splinter group.
It is. It's just awesome. So it was lovely to see that you all had a fantastic time. Ted K, have a nice day. It's hello all. So nice to see you here. And he's asking, can someone tell me the name of that international singing and dancing competition which was going on during the group cruise? It was the Eurovision was on.
It was. I'll tell you what it's
Eurovision.
Called. It's called Make Sure You Don't Vote for the UK. Even though they probably paid for the whole competition. I think that's what you're on about.
Yeah, we never do well because nobody really likes the UK and the Eurovision, do they? But anyway.
Or generally in the world.
And Corinne's saying that. Yeah, Eurovision Song Contest, you mean. So that's fine. Deb is here. Hi, guys, from a little beach in northern Greece. Oh, lovely, lovely. Rose is here. So hi, everyone. What a nice place to have this live. I'm taking a break from deciding what to pack for my QM2 cruise next week. Excellent. Fabulous ship. So hope you have a better time. You had a bit of a ropey one, didn't you, on Viking? So hopefully you'll have a better experience.
You'll have a better time on there, Rose, I'm sure.
Jackie's here. So good morning, one and all. Bermuda looks a beautiful place. It is. It's so clean. It's just everything you expect from an island, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I want to go home and see what a land holiday would cost them. I'm sure it'll be well out of our budget. The hotels look absolutely divine. I'm not sure if you went there, you'd want to probably do an all-inclusive holiday just for a week or so, wouldn't you? Because it is expensive to eat and drink out.
You say it's expensive, but I wouldn't have said. Having said that, it's very expensive in New York. I would have said it's New York type prices.
Yeah,
we went for a drink last night, and it was one of the dearer pubs we'd been to. It was only like a standard pub.
An Irish bar.
Well. But I mean, yeah, but most bars are Irish bars, aren't they? When you go to a pubby type thing. But once you'd factored in a bit of a tip for a pint of Guinness and a glass of Sauvignon Blanc, it was £25.
Yeah.
Now, that would cost us in the dearest pub in Gloucester, which if anybody's ever come to Gloucester to meet us, we always take to our favourite pub, which is the Fountain. And it's a little bit dearer than most places, but it keeps the riffraff out. So I don't know why they let us in, to be honest. But that would be half that amount. And that's one of the dearer pubs in Gloucester. So the prices in New York are savage. So I'd imagine most New Yorkers going to Bermuda is just like...
Yeah, same.
But the transport costs, are peanuts. Yeah. It's just crazy.
So Morris is here. So Morris saying, "Well, this is a nice surprise. Looks like Bermuda was a hit. It was indeed." Adam and Lola said, "Hi, all fab weekend had. Thank you for enabling us to meet. Yeah, that's awesome."
And can I just say, before Carole clicks on the next one as well, I know she'll roll her eyes at me now, but this weekend is the ladies autographs national finals, which my niece Natalie, who was on the group cruise, is competing in. She hasn't raced for a few years. They haven't got a high, big budget to spend on their cars, so we didn't have high hopes, but I just wanted to give a big up to her because we just had the message through just now that she's qualified for the final, which is a massive, massive, massive achievement. So I'm so proud of her, as Carole is as well.
Yes.
And so she'll be in that final a bit later. It doesn't even matter where she finishes because she's just done incredibly well. So sorry about that. That was just a bit of
I totally agree. Why did I roll my eyes at that?
Well, because you don't like me going racing.
I like going racing. I gives me peace and quiet. I catch up with all my girlies. It works well. Yeah. So let's say, Rose is saying, I hope it's better than my Viking cruise. If there's anyone else who's been on a Viking cruise in the comments, let us know, because Rose didn't have a very good time at all, which was really surprising. But and we know Rose is not hard to please, is it? Rose is a lovely lady.
Well, she likes us, so she.
Yeah, exactly. So Catherine says, made it in time. Great surprise. Hi, everyone. Yes, thank you so much for joining. And Emma Scott is saying, only 4 weeks, 6 days until our next cruise on P&O Ventura with Scott's mum for a week, which we're really looking forward to. Can't wait to get back on a cruise ship. Yeah, fabulous. We were only talking, weren't we, to the Canucks. We talked a lot about cruise and stuff. And we said we definitely want to do some more P&O because we haven't done a lot of their ships. So we need to sort that out. So Stephen's here from sunny Kent. So it's good that the sun's shining, because we heard that the UK was getting a little bit of the tail end of Hurricane Erin with a bit of a rain. So Lauren's here. So Lauren said, afternoon, all what nice surprise on a rainy. Well, it is rainy Sunday afternoon. So and Claire's here. Yay, great to see you both. So
hello.
Lovely to see you too. And Frank and Jen from New Mexico. So hi guys. And Laurie from rainy Houston. So it's raining in Texas as well.
I don't think it ever rained in Texas.
No, I thought it was hot, hot, hot. So let's have a look. So Shannon's here from Montreal. Lovely. That's a place we definitely want to get to. When we went to Quebec, we loved it. We wish we'd just gone down the river a bit further just to get to
But the
Montreal.
trouble is, we weren't allowed to drive the ship, were we?
We weren't.
So
we weren't. And Amanda and Chris are here from Blackpool. So always lovely to see you guys. We're having a meetup in Gloucester in October soon, aren't we? And we're looking forward to catching up with everyone there. So that'll be awesome. Jerry and Diana here. So lovely to see you guys. Gosh, so many people here. Thank you so much for joining us, because we thought we were going to be Billy No Mates, just doing an impromptu live at sort of 20 minutes before.
I keep looking at Carole. There's 3 watching now, Annie.
Yeah, hello. No. So Claire's got a question, which is best thing about Island Princess compared to Sky Princess. Ooh. Promenade. Lovely wide promenade that was 3/4 of the way around. The worst thing they've done to Island Princess, actually, compared to Coral Princess, is they've added 100 cabins at the back. So the aft. So there used to be aft spaces, an aft lounge, apparently. We found on deck 8 just a little sitting area that you can see the wake, but that's the only thing you can do at the aft. Well, there were some chairs.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, there was just some hard chairs there. So I think from the worst thing about the Island Princess is the aft. The aft is probably one of the ugliest aft we've seen, and there's not much there. So, but the promenade goes 3/4 of the way around, but it doesn't. It used to go all the way around. What else would you say about the Island Princess compared to Sky Princess?
I must admit, they've got a couple of really, really nice lounges. The Explorer's Lounge and the Wheelhouse, are 2 really nice lounges. But just a nice little, when you get a smaller ship, it had that old feel to it. I would have likened it a bit to when we did Aurora. It is. It's 22 years old.
Yes.
And it had that sort of older, more classic cruising feel about it than when you go on to like modern ships and it's all it's all plastic fantastic rather than wood. But the one thing that did surprise me, there was a lot of posters around the ship, in framed posters, very old framed posters for P and O ships. And I thought, well, that's quite a strange thing, but no, I think it was
service. The crew, as you would expect,
good.
It was we just tip in, wasn't it? At the end, we wanted to tip quite a few people because we'd had such exceptional service, which I think was better than Sky.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think, and on a smaller ship, you just get to know staff better, don't you? I think, 2,000 passengers seems to be our sweet spot for a cruise ship, and this was just over 2,000.
Sweet.
It is, and we love that.
Did you say you didn't? Did you?
What's that?
Sweet spot. Sweet. So you did a play on words like for a cabin. This is sweet.
We didn't have a suite.
I know we didn't. Oh, I said no. Move on.
The cabin was great. Apart from a couple of issues, but we'll tell you about that when we put our videos out.
Yes, we can't tell you.
No, there wasn't a big issue actually. But what else was we didn't. Do you know what we did for the first time? Is Movies Under the Stars. We've been on quite a few Princess cruises, and it was amazing, wasn't it? Yes. We watched James Bond, didn't we? And popcorn, salty popcorn.
Yes.
So we loved it. We had a great time on Island Princess. We'd happily sail on Island Princess again, wouldn't we? Yeah. It was a great ship, great size. So Debbie is from near Iraklitsa.
That's easy for you to say.
Is
Mate.
it?
Yeah.
So that's the little beach in northern
She's
Greece,
in Greece,
then.
yeah.
Yes. Carole's here from a stormy Tampa, Florida. What a great surprise and perfect time to share a cup of coffee and a late breakfast.
Oh,
awesome
Carole,
to
that's
see
just me because
you.
I got no coffee
No,
and I got no breakfast.
We're being taken out for lunch. So Peter's family are on their way in to New York City to take us out for some lunch. And we're also meeting up with Joseph and Michael, some of our patrons, later on this afternoon. So we're in for a really good day today as well. So I'm sure we'll be fed and watered very, very well. Laura's saying her Sunday dinner will be barbecue ribs, potato salad, and baked beans. Oh, potato salad and baked beans? That's quite strange, isn't it? Would you say that's strange?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy it, Laurie.
Barbecue ribs sound nice, huh?
Yes. Adam and I say no Sunday dinner, just an epic weekend. Awesome. Barbara's here saying hi, PNC. Nice surprise for Sunday.
Oh, Barbara hasn't put what the weather's like in Highcliffe-on-Sea.
Yes.
Barbara's always the barometer that we live our lives by. So come on, Barbara, what's the weather doing?
Here we go with David and Claire here. Hello. So they're on their way home from that epic weekend as well. So lovely to see you guys. Kevin's having bacon, egg, and cheese on toast. Oh, nice.
Just shut up, Bennett.
We had our first bagel yesterday, and I know Kevin, when we're meeting on Monday, we're hopefully going to go out and try one of his favourite places. But you know what? It was a bit, I don't know if we're the bagel bread is very dense. For people in the UK, you'll know that if you have a tiger roll and you put bacon and you put an egg in it, that's a bit cuppy, and the egg yolk breaks and it all gets delicious. Bagels are really quite thick and dense, aren't they? And for us, we felt they were a bit. It was nice.
Kevin's probably there going like that now, and it's just
yeah.
we went to a place called Black Seed Bagel, Kevin, so you can give us your views on that. But it put me in mind of the filling was lovely, but like I said, the egg, they cook it so the yolk is hard. The bacon was lovely, but to me,
but
the
it's
bagel
bacon is it's American bacon.
But to me, the bread was like if you had a lovely fresh roll and then you left it for 2 days
and it went off,
and then you ate it. So I'm sorry. I know things aren't for everybody and everybody's different, but we're going to find out tomorrow whether, Kevin's bagels are better than Black Seed, and then we'll reevaluate our lives around that.
Yes. So Nicole said, did Jill and Jerry behave? Not all the time, no.
Not at all.
So they're in the airport. So we did get a message. Did you say we're doing a live? So Daniel's saying coffee is on every corner in New York City. Well, no, it's not. Because there are coffee shops and there are a lot of what do you call them, carts. In fact, Paul last night had his first hot dog from a cart, and it was good, wasn't it?
And that's just a message to say she's just going down to the line for the final.
Ooh. So, but you had your first hot dog, and Jerry had a corn dog. We don't understand corn dogs. What's all that about? Just corn on a stick in a batter. You've had one, didn't you? And thought, never again. But your hot dog was good. You had a big one, didn't you? Big juicy one. Yeah. So that was good. So Michael's saying, cheers from Foothill Ranch, California. Pleasant surprise to see you this morning, Michael and Lauren. So yes, lovely to see you too. Emma's got to say hi from the A1. So
yeah, we've never had a name check from a motorway before.
We haven't.
Well, that's not a motorway, is it? Technically.
Mandy and Chris are having homemade lasagna. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We had we went to Sabatini's on Island Princess, and it was because we hadn't had a great experience on Sky Princess a few cruises ago, and we thought, let's try it again. Oh my god, the food was amazing, wasn't it, Paulie?
Was fabulous.
And the lasagna, I don't think I've had we loved the lasagna, but the lasagna in there was just spectacular.
You know, when there's something you make and you're really proud of, and I make a really, really good lasagna.
You do.
And that lasagna we had at Sabatini's made mine look like poop.
No, it didn't. It was
fantastic. It was
so if you ever
good.
do go on the Island Princess, we definitely recommend Sabatini's and Crown Grill. We did them both, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then they have, because they've only got 2 specialty restaurants. They don't have Alfredo's, and they don't have the Salty Dog Grill, and they don't have O'Malley's Pub, but they do them as pop-ups at lunchtime with sort of limited menus, don't they? So we went to those because obviously we had our Princess Plus, which had our 2 casual dinings involved as well, included, not involved. But we would definitely recommend Sabatini's, but go really hungry because it's a 5-course meal, and make sure you've got time because it's a good 2 hours, isn't it? Yeah. But excellent experience.
They certainly don't try and rush you through. That's for sure.
It was really good.
What was his name? Jigger.
Jigger,
We had
the
Jigger as our waiter,
and we had him in Alfredo's. He was great
he was
too.
fabulous.
Yeah. We had fabulous service on Island Princess. It was really good. Sometimes the MJR could be a little bit slowish, couldn't it? Because they were just very, very busy. But otherwise, it was always service with a smile, wasn't it? Very, very happy. We had lots of fun banter. And the hotel manager, Daniel, we got on so well with him. Well, he was a restaurant manager, his title. He was so much fun. And our cabin stewards, Francisco, I don't know if you guys seen on our Facebook and Instagram when it was Paul's birthday, we both got really emotional because we walked in and we'd never seen a cabin like it, had we? No. With all the banners up and the big lobster on the bed and made out of towels. It wasn't a real lobster for those watching.
We're trying to get in bed and he took the pillow off us.
And a birthday cake made out of towels, which we kept for the duration of the cruise. It was just absolutely,
to eat it. It wasn't very good.
It was absolutely phenomenal. Jerry and Diane are having roast chicken with all the veg. Oh, lovely. Catherine's just had Italian sausage stew.
Oh, I might be having some Italian sausage because I believe we're going to
Little Italy for lunch.
For our lunch.
Yeah. So. And Lindsay, a nice surprise from you both. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Donna and Scott are on their way home from our weekend. My sister's made my Sunday dinner. We'll be picking it up on the way home. Oh, she's a good sister. Hope you had a great time. We have indeed. Julie's saying it's working on face ache. Brilliant. So Warren's here. So good morning, good the alert. So I'm glad you're joining us. And Reese and Catherine are here as well. Surprised to be seeing the lovelies in the group. Also, is the lovely Canadian couple we met in Japan that spotted the merch hat Catherine was wearing. Very, very nice. So Barbara said, you looked all so chilled and relaxed all in your poster strip. Why did you enjoy it so much? So many factors, really. I think we've explained a lot of why we like the Island Princess. We had great company. Joe and Jill are just so easy to get on with, and we're just very, we just laugh and take the mick out of each other. So I think we'd gone in when we were flying over and seen the Hurricane Erin was heading that way. I think we just got into a mode. It'll be what it'll be. We're not going to get stressed about we even thought that at one point the cruise was going to be cancelled, and we thought, well, we're going to be in the States. Maybe we'll get a flight to Ohio. That's
turn into a dwarf then. We're going to get a flight to Ohio.
We would go wherever. So we were in that sort of mental state before we started.
And in a twist of irony, our cruise was severely interrupted because of a hurricane, but we had fabulous weather.
We did. We had fantastic weather. We really did. And we swam. It was just so lovely getting in the water because we cruise from the UK a lot. We don't tend to use the pools. And it reminded me how much I want to do some warmer cruises because just swimming and chilling on the pool deck in the shade and drinking the lovely cocktails and just going with the flow. Some of my favorite evenings were when we didn't actually do very much. We just sat watching the sunset. I just love it. Just love it. Jenny's here. So Jenny said, gosh, those 10 days flew by. Glad you had a fab time. They did. It went, do you know, the first few days because we were in New York, we're thinking, oh my God, it's going really slow. And then as soon as we got on our way to Bermuda, it went in a flash, didn't it?
It was like a giant snowball rolling down a hill.
It was. Yes, we did, Catherine. It was lovely. We do love the older, smaller ships, definitely.
I've got a question for after you've spoken to them too.
Okay. Ken and Lindsay here. Hope you're still having a great time despite the change. Yeah, it's been fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
That chap there, the next one.
Craig, afternoon all.
What was the name of the barbecue place you said we got to go to, Craig? Because I've already forgot.
I think we passed it because we were talking. Yes, do remind us, but I think it's Virgil's.
Is it the one
I'm sure it's Virgil's.
Is it the one by the Irish pub we went to with Kevin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
But just remind us, Craig, because we've got a gap in our diary at some point tomorrow for barbecue. Carole doesn't know it yet, but I'm just telling her now.
Oh, okay. So David's saying hi from the Sky Princess in the Bay of Biscay. Well, I hope the Bay of Biscay is being kind to you. So I hope you're having a fab time. Reese is saying we had gammon with an apple and blackberry glaze with roast potatoes, peas and carrots and a Yorkshire pudding. Oh, do you know, that's one of the things that I crave when I get home. I just want cabbage and gravy. So that'll be our first meal, won't it, when we get home on Wednesday. So Frank and Jen saying, I'm still in bed but need to get up and make waffles for Frank. Yeah, because you're quite a few hours behind us, aren't you? Where you are there. Let's have a look. So we got any more questions? I'm so pleased. Oh my gosh, I didn't think there'd be hardly anyone here today because we were doing it so impromptu. So thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday
to Carole
morning.
we ought to do it, and she's like, "No, I can't
Well,
be bothered."
I just said to him, "Should we do a live?" And he's like, "Really? Should we?"
That? She didn't hear a word of that.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What did you say?
You'll have to watch the live back. I said to Carole, I think we should do a live. She said, I don't think I can be bothered, to be honest.
I think it might be the other way around. No, you didn't say that. You didn't say that.
You cheeky monkey.
Kelly's here. So hi, Kelly. Thank you for joining. And
Hello.
So is Matthew. So thank you so much. Sue is saying, would you do this cruise on New York again? You look like it was great. Yes.
We would, definitely.
Bermuda, New York, we'll never tire of New York because there's so much to do. Last night we went on the night bus, didn't we? We did the night bus tour. And that was great. We went over the Manhattan Bridge and seen the all lit up at night. And we've also been out to Staten Island, not Staten Island, because we did that before. We've been out to the Statue of Liberty, which we'll be sharing all on our social media the next few days.
Ellis Island.
And Ellis Island. Ellis Island was just very educational. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We did the sort of the audio tour. Seeing the Statue of Liberty up quite close was lovely because we've never been there. Smaller than we thought, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Look quite tall to me.
Catherine and Leighton are here. So afternoon, everyone. Just travelling back to South Wales from a lovely weekend in Essex with our son and daughter-in-law. Just crossing the Severn Bridge. Lovely to catch up with you all. Severn Bridge. I used to play under there when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're
probably are the new Severn Bridge. That was the old Severn Bridge.
That you don't have to pay for anymore.
Don't you have to pay for it anymore, the old one?
None of them you don't have to pay
no, of course you don't. Of course you don't. I knew that. Ken said, hi, I'm on my phone, so I can't highlight any of you. No, that's horrible when you're on your phone, isn't it? When you want to chat to each other and you can't. Craig saying, listening and watching to you on my phone whilst picking the last of my tomatoes. Oh, very, very nice.
I wonder if we got any tomatoes to go
Well, our friends, we've got people staying at our house while we were here. We always do. We've always got house sitters, so I'm sure they'll all be eating, Paulie, and the runner beans. So lovely clear picture of the live, so that's great. Yeah, the Wi-Fi in the hotel is really, really good. So that's why we've been able to do it. Ted's saying, do you feel the hurricane actually made the trip better? I think because we spent more time in Bermuda, yes. But it would have been nice to get down to the Caribbean, and because we've never been to Grand Turk before. I think whatever our itineraries, I think we go with the mentality of, look, we know we're wise about cruising, and cruising sometimes people get very upset when their itineraries are changes, but we know that's the risk of cruising. What you book isn't always what you get. So we're pretty chilled, and we've got that outlook on life that, if these things happen, you just have to adapt and change with them. There's no point getting angry because it's happened. If you can't change you can't influence the change, then you've just got to go with it. So I think, we had a great time.
We did.
Helen's saying, great surprise to see you both. So thank you so much. Jim and Dwayne are here. So guys, nice to see you.
Hello.
Warren's asking, did you get any Bermuda shorts, Paulie?
No, but I did see some. We walked past a shop that had original Bermuda shorts. And no, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Is the honest answer. I didn't buy anything.
We didn't really, did we?
No.
Sarah's saying, love the Bermuda stuff. Yeah, if you want to check out our posts from Bermuda, they're all on our Facebook page. We just hit 16,000 actually while we were away, followers on our Facebook page. So if you are following, if you haven't followed, please do. And if you think you follow us, because when you see people comment, it's say by the side that we've invited you to like our page, but you haven't actually liked it. So make sure you followed it and liked the page.
Well, maybe they don't like it.
Well, maybe they don't. But if you do, can you just go back onto our Facebook page and make sure you've pressed those two things? Because I reckon we get quite a few more of people that actually do, because we get so much engagement and comments on this. So thank you so much. We've had so much fun banter.
We had, crazily, in the last 28 days on Facebook, we've had 1.3 million.
It's 1.4. It's gone up to
1.4 million views.
Yes,
That's
it's mad.
Madness.
But thank you all that follow us there, because it really does mean a lot to. Jim and Joy say Bermuda sounds amazing.
It was.
Definitely recommend you get a cruise to Bermuda. Yeah, definitely, because it is. Good question, which I was just going to say. Do you think is the best time of year to visit Bermuda? Hi from Teresa. It's finally cooled down in Canada, 21 degrees today. If you from really sort of June through till October, there are chances of hurricane on the east coast of America and obviously Bermuda and in the Caribbean. So if you want to avoid all that, then you need to go outside those times. We like coming to this part of the world in the summer because it's lovely and warm. Actually, Bermuda over the winter, we never cruised there when I worked on the cruise ship, so I couldn't tell you the temperature. So if anyone knows what the weather's like in Bermuda on other months of the years, please let us know in the comments, because that's something I was going to look into when we got home, because we thought, oh, what would this island be like out of season? Because would things be still open? Because we know a lot of places like Greece, the little island of Greece, they shut down.
Yeah. If you go there in October, you might still get some nice weather, but you'll starve to death because nothing will be open.
Yeah, or lots, there'll be little snippets open, but lots will be closed. We found that with some of the European places. So please let us know about Bermuda. Just read that one. I have got a tickle in my throat.
It's from Daniel Boberson.
Yeah.
Bermuda is often overlooked, and listening to this show reminds me how lovely it is and have to go back. Yes, definitely, Daniel. It is. Obviously, this is my first time, and I just love the fact that all the houses are painted pretty colours. They got unusual roofs because they haven't got access to running water. So all their water is caught with special roofs that are made out of limestone.
Yes.
And then they paint it with a certain sort of paint that purifies the water as it's running down the roof, and then it goes into big catch tanks.
Yes.
So there's no 45-minute showers, because once you run out of water, then you got to pay to have water delivered. So there's these unusual little nuances which I like, but you never saw. I mean, I don't know. Well, you could tell by the size of the houses what was the affluent areas. But when you're driving around,
in Bermuda,
when we did the local buses, when we did the ferry, you never look at a property and it looked ramshackle and run down and go, oh, that could do with work. Everything looked lovely.
There may be areas that we don't know about.
But all the places we saw, even when we were doing that little windy road to go to Horseshoe Bay, and then we did the minibus for the rest of the way, you never saw anything that looked like a bit of a dump.
No.
They were small, little tiny houses.
I wish we had more time, so I'd love to have got to St. George. George is which is right on the east coast, but we did sort of the middle and the west. And I'd love to go to a few, because so many beautiful beaches in Bermuda.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to be going back.
Well, I think first time you got to go to Horseshoe Bay, because it's almost like a rite of passage. But it's like when we did our second catamaran trip, it's like the captain on the ship said, if you'd have gone 500 yards down the road, there'd have been a beach as good as Horseshoe Bay, but there'd have been 3 people on it, not 3,000.
So I only wanted to go there because it was just for
old time's sake.
Yeah. But next time we'll definitely find, because there are so many fantastic beaches there. So if you want something a bit more quieter, and on Horseshoe Bay, to get to sunbeds and an umbrella was $60, which if you're going to be there for the whole day, we're not beach people that can just lie in the sun. We don't lie in the sun. We want to be under the umbrella and going in and swimming and stuff. So if we'd been there the whole day, I think possibly we would have done it. But because we were only there for an hour or so, wasn't it? Because we just wanted to swim and then sit in the shade. It wasn't worth it. Ellen's just saying, our bus rides a few weeks ago in Bermuda were so good, so beautiful. I never did get a swizzle. Oh yes, rum swizzles.
I never had one rum swizzle.
We did 2 catamaran trips. We did a sunset one when we first got to Bermuda, where we had a few rum swizzles, and we had some on our second one. So
but I never had one though, did I?
No, we had about 7.
I had loads.
Had about 7. Sarah's here. Seabreeze 438. So lovely to see you here. So let's have a look. Bermuda's overlooked. Jackie's here. So Jackie is who? Yes. So that must be Pete's mum. So see you soon, Little Italy. Here we come. Yes. So that's who we're going. We'll have to finish soon. And get my hair done.
Yes.
So
Jackie, have I got to wear long trousers today? Can you tell me?
No, Pete's message to say it's absolutely fine. It's really warm out, and he said, Dad and I are wearing shorts.
Oh, that's
so you're fine. So we'll see you soon.
Yes.
So I'll
we'll see you soon in Little Italy.
Yes. Could get some good lasagna there.
Who was it? Billy Joel, wasn't it? Sung a song about a little.
Don't know. Media Travels saying Bears on the Move is hi everyone. So Carole saying, where are you to next? What's the weather like in New York? Safe travels from your namesake, Carole Ann. Yes, another Carole Ann. But I've got E on my Carole and E on my Ann.
Yeah, she's greedy, Carole. She has to have all the letters and obviously a Slater at the end as well. But yes, Carole with an E, Ann with an E.
And my hubby was Paul Morgani, now living near Malaga, Spain. That is spooky. So where are we off to next? We're only home for a few weeks, and then we're heading off to Seattle, and we're off to Alaska. So stay tuned for that, isn't it? Because
not stay tuned on here, because we're not going to keep.
No.
We're not going to be live.
Yes.
We're not going to be live.
So make sure you are following our Facebook and Instagram, because we'll be posting everything there. Aoife's here. We're having a fab time. We certainly are.
Hello, we are. We're having a great time.
Mida's asking, first cruise tips for Princess.
I think Princess is. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I stand by what I said. If you've never cruised, I think Princess is one of the best cruise lines you can do your first cruise with. It's a really good all-rounder. They've got good food. They've got good entertainment. The ships are pretty.
The medallion works well.
I have to say, on this cruise, it's the best the medallion's ever worked. And so just go on and enjoy it. I think you'll have a fabulous time, but make sure you do plenty of exploring on the ship and find the little hidden away places and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
I've just talking about the medallion, I've treated myself to a nice gold bracelet to hold my medallion. And I bought a present for someone very special at home too, haven't I, Paulie? Yeah. Oh, so let's Barbara saying, what did you do on your day? Hopefully we told you we went to the library. Yeah. We went to Grand Central Station. We went to when Kevin worked just around this area. We went to one of his local pubs, and he actually recognised one of the bar ladies there. Yeah. So that was really nice at an Irish bar. So we had a great day. It was just so lovely to catch up with Kevin. Leslie saying, and all in the island of the Caribbean, I've done my own thing and never got into trouble, and it's cheap. Yeah, it's always worth looking at that. And Natalie saying, get ready for my final.
Which, I'll be honest, I think it's a little bit selfish. Her Uncle Paul is doing a live, and what's she doing? She's going out in a autograph.
Well, we're hoping final. That she.
Well, I don't want to know the result because I want to watch it because it's live on YouTube, so I can watch it when we've done here. I'm going to have a little look, and I don't even care. I don't care if she comes last because she's done so well to make this final with the time she's had away from racing and the budget they've got to spend on the car.
Yeah, brilliant.
She's already a winner.
She is. She's an awesome driver. Yes, Anna Mike, try the 24-carat margaritas. Oh. This is the first, can you imagine? This is our first cruise where we tried, because the Canucks love them, and we hadn't tried one on Sky, and oh my God, we loved the 24-carat margarita. Paul drank more cocktails on this cruise
than ever
before.
You? And I have to say, one of the best mudslides I've had for many a long year.
Yeah, and also your Cosmic Cowboys. What was it? Oh, what is it?
It's always going to be a Cosmic Cowboy, isn't it? It's a Captain's Bounty.
That's it. Yeah. It's close.
What did Jerry ask for? A sailor's loot. Yes. Have a sailor's loot. The waitress looked at him. What? Them ones that Paul has. I said, what? A Captain's Bounty? Oh,
that's the one. That's the one. Simon said, spending 4 days in New York City next July before flying to Seattle on board of the new Star Princess for 7-day cruise around Alaska. We can't wait. Oh, very, very exciting. Tom and Dom are here. So hi, guys. Thank you for joining. Everyone's saying about yes, Catherine saying that they like the Captain's Bounty cocktail too. Yes, Paul loved that too. Bridget's saying, what do you have plans for the Big Apple? We're out today in Little Italy, and then we're going to be going out later on, and we're going to Long Island tomorrow. We've already done quite a lot while we've been here, so we'll be sharing that on our Facebook pages when we get round to it. Yeah. We're so busy doing stuff, it's hard to get all our posting, but we'll catch up.
Karen's like, what stories have you got on, mate?
None at the moment, but we'll do some more later. The priority is, and I think that's why we do when we're traveling, is work is secondary. And I know it can be frustrating. People want to know what we're doing, but we try to keep everyone updated. But we're always a little bit behind. But that's how we work, and we're never going to be any different.
I was so efficient doing my Instagram stories that I said, can you send me a picture of so-and-so? I said, oh, why? I said, I'm putting some stories out. Well, you can't do that.
I still haven't told people we're even there yet.
Yeah, so you can't do it. Oh. So I was like bang up to date, and I thought, well, see, look, you try and be efficient, you get shot down in flames.
Hopefully, all want to see. We've mentioned that the favourite excursion, I think, for me was the catamaran when we swam. The water was just. We started off with like a little noodle, and our snorkels and the fish, brilliant fish that we've seen. There was a little beach that we could walk to that had this random motorcycle that looked like it'd been there for like 20 years, all rusty and on the side. But it was a beautiful little beach, wasn't it? And then we got rid of the noodles and the snorkels, and we were just bobbing around and jumping off the catamaran.
And I can't believe that people cast aspersions. Carole put an action shot of my dive, and 2 people said, "Oh, I bet that was a belly flop." It wasn't a belly flop. It was an awesome dive. Scarily, on the picture, I will grant you, it looks like things have gone terribly wrong, but the distance from the boat to the water was substantially higher than it looks, and it was substantially higher than I thought it was going to be. But I had plenty of time to turn that into that.
Yeah.
And all the people stood up with their boards. Was it 9.6, 9.5? No.
I just jumped in, and which was fine, held my nose and jumped in. But you went down, because it was so long, you went down really deep into the water. But it was lovely. It was lovely. Gina's just noticed we're on, so thank you for noticing. And like the watermelon margarita.
I didn't
have a watermelon.
No.
I had a mango. Mango margarita's really nice. Nick BBT saying hi. It's love to see you. Making a list of those cocktails. Yeah, try them. Miami Vice is another one that they do. That's a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri, and I love that. Sat around the pool,
mixed together. Really
nice. Brent said, I loved your videos from Bermuda. I've never been there. Yeah, we were putting out lots of reels and stuff on our Facebook, so I'm glad that you enjoyed them. Nick's asked about what's the most enjoyable thing. Well, hopefully we've mentioned that. I'm just aware of the time, because we've got to be gone by 10, 11, 4.
We got to do this on time.
4, yeah. Joseph's here. Mike and I just want to say hi. We'll see you later today. Looking forward to meeting you. Yes, we can't meet you guys. Nicola's saying she's booked a cruise for next year to Iceland. So with Ambassador, very nice. That's on our list.
That's on our list.
Yeah,
yes,
it
definitely.
is. It is on our list. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Sheila saying, looks like you both had a great time despite the changes. Nice surprise to see your hubby's watching footy. No, we did have a fabulous time. Diane saying, glad you got to Bermuda. Never joined live before, but happy follower. Well, thank you for joining.
Yeah, so thank you
nice
for commenting.
Nice to see you here.
We don't bite. Look, Diana, sorry.
Yes, and Mark's here. We're seeing Mark soon, so we can't wait to meet you both. Can't wait to see you both soon. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, that was easy for you to say, wasn't it?
Nick and Tracy looking forward to the Gloucester meetup. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know why we've never thought about doing one of that.
It was a great idea, wasn't it?
It was your idea.
Yes,
it was your idea.
My idea.
Catherine said we had a great weekend at the Gardeners World Live Autumn Fair yesterday at Audley End House. Oh, Gardeners World. I used to go to those shows. I've been for a long time, haven't I?
I used to watch it every week.
I did. Keeping our fingers crossed we enter competition to win a Seabourn cruise. Oh, that would be nice.
Not saying it's a long time ago, but I think Percy Thrower was presenting.
No, Alan Titchmarsh, actually. I liked a bit of Alan.
Thrower?
I can remember Percy Thrower. Catherine says, just off Sudbury Solstice ship that definitely needs a refit, not 5-star. Yeah, I've heard that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So Sarah's just saying hi. Well, thank you so much for the super chats. Hi from Seabreeze438. We've been looking at, for those that don't know Sarah, she's on Facebook. Follow her because she's got accommodation in Southampton, which we're hoping to try at some point. But it looks a great option if you're looking for someone to stay in Southampton. So definitely do that. Laurie's saying 19 days until Alaska. Woo-hoo. Yes, Laurie's there the same time as us, but on a different ship.
But we might wave as we pass.
Well, we're hoping to catch up, aren't we, in Seattle?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we won't wave as we pass, and we'll just catch up and chat like adults.
Exactly. Just popped up to a local Sunday lunch, all packed for our 30-day trip on Aurora on Tuesday. So excited. Anyone else on Aurora on Tuesday? We're not, but have a fabulous time. Sandra's here from Melbourne. So love to see you, Sandra.
Hello.
Let's have a look. Who else? Because we're running out of time. Who haven't we spoken to?
There's Natalie.
Natalie, hello from the UK.
Yeah, I don't know. Wonder if she's ever got into a pickle. Hey! Oh, but that's the first time she's heard that one.
Ken said the P&O posters could be because P&O owned Princess before Carnival came along.
Well, I did not know that.
Sorry, the questions are jumping around a little bit. So let me see. Who haven't we said hello to? Brenda's saying that I have 3 Princess cruises booked, Caribbean, Sun Am, Regal. Nice. Yeah. Bonbon's here. So hello from Portland, Oregon. So lovely to see you. And Sally and Matt. So thank you for joining. Margot said, just booked cocktails and coconuts Morella cruise for next February. Any recommendations? Things for doing ports. Well, let's know what ports you're going to, Margot, because we can't tell you. We don't know offhand where they're actually going. Kevin said, to be honest, the bagels in Manhattan are not the best.
Oh, I hope
well,
you're right,
hopefully
Kevin.
you're right. Daniel saying, expect crows on Jones beaches. We'll go with a local, so I'm sure he knows the best spots. Sandra's saying she's not a fan of bagels, are a bit chewy. Yeah, they are. You know, I agree.
Well, you know,
for us, a soft bread roll, having that inside would be nice. Nick likes a hard yolk. See, we like it real squishy and gooey.
yes.
We like doing the poached egg test on a breakfast on our cruises. So someone's asking, we don't really watch the Formula One, do we? Are you rooting for anyone, Paulie? I'm not.
I don't even know. Is Graham Hill still racing?
Yeah, we don't watch it. Morrison says he's never been a fan of bagels either.
No.
But Sarah loves a corn dog. Yeah, we don't get those.
I
That's
think
really
the problem
weird.
was last night with the corn dog that Jerry had is when he dropped it, because they deep fry it, when he dropped it in there, I don't think that the fat was up to temperature. So I think I think there was an element of it soaking up some fat before, whereas if it had been bang boiling ready to go, I think as soon as you drop it in there, because obviously it's all reheated stuff, they don't make it from scratch. But yeah, I've not. I may be trying a fresh one because like I said, I had one on one of the cruises we've done this year, and it was just awful. I'd rather have took the corn dog off, thrown that in the bin, and ate the stick.
We had some fantastic food on Island, Princess Bind.
No, it wasn't Island. It wasn't on Island.
Oh,
no, it was a previous cruise. I don't know which one it was. It might have been our group cruise, but it was terrible.
I don't know if you see my post about sprouts for breakfast. How weird was that? So, Barbara said she didn't mention the weather because it's been so awful over the weekend.
Barbara,
Got it.
You got to mention it, good and bad.
Linda saying off to New York in October, staying on the 45th Street. Well, we're 44th Street, so you're just one block down. So 5 nights. So have a great time. New York is amazing. It's one of those you walk around and it just feels familiar because everything you recognize from the films and stuff. Aoife's had homemade pizza for lunch. Think he'll have sausages later. Very nice. Nick says he loves a lasagna. Oh, Ken's now really roast pork for us. Lots of Savoy cabbage, cauliflower, and carrots there. That's my favorite. Bridget's saying trees in a Texas state fair corn dog is a thing of beauty. Well, we need to get to Texas, probably, and try one of those.
I can imagine that's one of the places that's going to be. I always think of like places like that when you think of a corn dog, like a state fair or something.
Yeah,
that's where you think you're going to get a
Jack is saying we New Yorkers call the cart hot dogs dirty water dogs. It's the water they boil in all day long.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it tasted good though.
Yeah, it did.
Let's have a look. Is there anyone?
I mean, it
else?
was smothered in onions, mustard, and ketchup. So I mean, it could have been like somebody's finger in there, and it would have tasted all right.
Barbara says she's having spaghetti bolognese for lunch. Gin saying your laugh always makes me laugh. Oh, good.
Ted G. Virgil's,
yes. That's just down here, towards Times Square. So we'll go to that. Let's have a look. If there are any more, because we've literally got to go in a couple of minutes.
Yes, don't forget the like button.
Angie's just saying, glad you had a great cruise. Flying to New York this Saturday, boarding Island Princess on Monday. What was your opinion on Crown Grill? Very good. We had some good meal. I had steak.
I had the 20-ounce T-bone, and I have to say it was one of the best T-bones I'd ever had.
I had the small T-bone, and it was lovely.
No, you had a ribeye.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I did.
You had a ribeye, and I'm trying to think what else I had. And I know this sounds like such a spoiled child thing to say, but apparently the chocolate bomb thing in Crown Grill is legendary. And I was all geared up. Oh my God, am I going to be smashing that chocolate bomb thing at the end of this meal? And then all these people appeared with the most spectacular birthday cake, because it was my birthday. And so we were full of cake and none of us had a dessert, did we? Yeah. So it was a double-edged sword. I was so pleased that they made such a wonderful fuss of me. But then there was this little tiny bit inside me. I couldn't have the chocolate bomb.
Claire saying don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, if you enjoy our lives, please do. And then just drop us a comment after the live as well. Let's
the fireworks still work in New York?
Yes. Let's have a look if there's any more questions that we can answer about the ship before we got to go. GTO saying, no question about it. Hughes, thank you for all the pics and shorts of your trips. It was wonderful to tag along with you. No problem at all.
Absolute pleasure.
Let's have a look if we've got any more questions. Ted said Bermuda in November was nice. Went snorkeling on transatlantic. So that's good to know. Catherine later and Jess, is there any area in New York that's more preferable to stay? We've stayed here twice now. The first time was on 28th Street and 6th Avenue, which was a nice area, but it was a little bit further from things. I think if I came again, I would try to stay in the 40s. So we're on 44th Street, which is actually very close to the mad Times Square is just mad, full of people. But you can still get the quietness of the few little roads. So around about 44th for us, I think has worked the best. But we actually really enjoyed staying on the 28th, didn't we? We had a lovely hotel, the Hyatt Hotel, which we've got a video on our YouTube you can look at. But for here, if you want to be closer to Times Square and the library and Grand Central Station, then that's the place to be. Right, I think we've got to go because sorry we can't get to all your questions because we're being taken out for lunch, so we've got to go. Thank you so much for joining us on this sort of impromptu live. It's been a pleasure seeing loads of you here, so thank you so much. And we'll get home on Wednesday. We'll be live again on Thursday, and we're hoping that we have some very, very special news for you then.
Yes,
very big special news
coming at you later in the week.
So thank you so much. I've got to go do my hair and we've got to get ready, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much. Cheers for now.